Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. Today I did a reading and guess what? Something was wrong with the microphone because it was connected but it wasn't recording the audio adequately, so I didn't post it. But you know what I remembered? That I had a dream, and I had mentioned it in that other reading, but I just made the connection of how that recording didn't quite record well the audio, and I dreamt about a ton of microphones, like a ton of microphones, and it kind of looked like a bunch of individuals speaking their truth. So, I mean, at least that's what I understood the symbol to mean, okay? It was just like a bunch of microphones. Like, why else would you need a ton? That's how I said it. A ton of microphones, a ton of independent voices speaking as one. Oh my goodness gracious. So, I came up on here because there's a little thing. It's kind of irky energies, and this irky energy is kind of like how dumb do you think I am energy. Like someone like, here's what's weird. Yes, I love how they convolute things and they make it, where it's like when you have one person that's against you and they're against you, like the only person that you made an enemy of, when you know that, it's easy to know who the enemy is, right? It's like, well, obviously if my tire is slashed, then it was such and such who I just had a fallout with. It would be really easy to put on that person, but imagine if that person knows that it would be that easy for you to know that it's them, and creates an entire illusion around it to make it difficult for you to know that it is true, that it is them. It brings doubt, so creates a lot of chaos in a lot of different directions, in a lot of different ways, and it confuses you from seeing the truth in the moment. That illusion makes me wonder. It's so Neptunian mixed with Uranus in a certain way. It's like it gives it that twist of did I just hear fate? But it's like it tries to create that illusion for you, where it's like you don't know quite who has the ball in terms of, it's like one entity, let's say one entity, the hand, with several bodies, the fingers. So you'll get this person to act this way with you, that person acts that way with you, this person, that person, that person. These people all acting in different ways, affecting you perhaps in very different ways, but creating a misunderstanding of what the whole energy is, right? All you know is that it's an energy you cannot trust. It's an energy you cannot pinpoint. It's an energy that you feel. It's the trickster. It feels like, hey, why does it feel like there's a smirk behind that statement? Why does it feel like there's a joke in that, in that line? Why does it feel like you're saying this, but it feels like that? That energy, that incongruency is the trickster energy. It has to be. That's the essence of that energy. And I don't know that it's malicious. I don't know that it's intentional. But I can say this, that in alignment with the stars, or in alignment with astrology, I guess when you can see the patterns, you can assume that there's a conspiracy of individuals separately collaborating as one. But when you think about it, if we're all connected in terms of energies, right, or if you connect to the whole, as above so below, energetically, if you could perceive that, it would look like every person that you're interacting with on some level is interrelated, is connected to that which is a conversation you're having with yourself and what you would call you and God. If you're paying attention, if you're intentionally speaking with, your source. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? So, why did I say all that? Alright, I have a crystal here. I'm going to show it with you. Show it with you? Oh, maybe I'll show it with you. No, I'll show it to you. I can't think of the name of this crystal. It's like a, I don't know, pewter? Is that even the color? I don't even know if that's even a color. How about that? It just came out. Pewter. But no. What I meant to say, it's got this like interesting like limeish green, right? It kind of has like a seaweed kind of green. Excusez-moi. Green has been showing up for me a lot lately too. Heart chakra could be really significant right now. I'm wearing a green shirt today. I wore one yesterday, and today it's this. But I couldn't remember the name of the crystal. And I have my crystal dictionary, and I found one that I thought was similar to it, but it's not the same green. So I have to do a little more research. But this very much intrigued me yesterday. Very much intrigued me. And I'm wondering why it's like, what, you know how they say like when you notice a red car that you'll notice, a bunch of red cars all of a sudden. I mentioned green and heart chakra, and when I thought of the shirt that I had on yesterday, it's the same kind of look. So military gear could also be significant. So let's do a reading. Why the hell not? I have no cards. They're called like affirmation cards or what? My son gave it to me as a gift. He's a sarcastic little thing called affirmations for a badass. I don't know. Let's see. Is there a reason Spirit is asking me to pull these now? Let's start with them. Why not? Affirmations for a badass. Oh yeah. Like maybe you're giving like badass advice to somebody, or maybe somebody says you're like, I don't know, like maybe that part of you, the advocate or the whatever you want to call it, the boss babe, the boss bitch, the spokesperson or the speaker even. Don't try to fit in. You were born to stand out. There is a shit ton of happiness ahead of me. There is a shit ton of happiness ahead of me. Of course there is. See, that's kind of the message that was being processed earlier. Don't try to fit in. You were born to stand out. Okay. My unique spirit brings shit tons of light to the world. Didn't I say I was going to speak a little more properly and eloquently? Thank you, son, for these beautiful cards that reinforce my bad habit of speaking like a sailor. I can sit with really fucking big feelings, and I am still okay. Yes, I can sit with really fucking big feelings, and I am still okay. That's for sure a fact. Like, it's not a medal to wear, to be quite honest. Like, I don't appreciate people that think that it's cute to like be like like, oh, let me just throw all this out on you because I know you can handle it. And it's like, who the hell said I have to handle it? Like, people don't have like a certain courtesy to be like, hey, I'm going through something that's kind of heavy. Do you like, I think, what's her name, Brene Brown? She's like the vulnerability expert, right? And she can come across a little bit, like, I'm sure there's very many people that would be like, oh my god, like, we're not gonna talk like that with each other. It sounds so like proper or so, talking about like how I would have perceived it if I didn't know better, how valuable it is to be clear about your needs. You know, we're not taught to be clear about our needs, or to, you know, express ourselves in a way without it being an emotional outburst or a big old, you know, rah, 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 fight or some shit. I don't know. But anyways, Brene Brown, vulnerability. Fuck, you see how quick I lost my train of thought? Se te fue el tren. The train has left the building. Oh well. Next train. Somebody could be waiting for like the next, like maybe they miss their train, their flight, their ride, and they're like, you know, what's the point of pissing myself off? Next, just move on to the next. And that could be maybe, you know, you thought you missed the big event or the big moment or the big something, and you're like, you know what, the next one will come, I'll be ready. You know, if I missed it, I missed it. Whatever, it is what it is. I do very much dislike that I cannot remember what I was going to say. It's almost like I want to pause, rewind, listen, and then come right back to it, but I'm not set up for that right now. And so I want to pull out my vibration cards, vibrational medicine cards. I haven't used these in years. Or did I use them recently when I got them back? Maybe I did use them once or twice since I've been using them again. But these are very these have really nice messages, and I think they're relevant at this time. Okay. 22, desire. 107, responsibility. Desire and responsibility. So the number 22 and the number 107 could be significant. The number 4 and the number 8 could be significant as well. So looking at 22, let's see what they have to say. So 22. My book is all broken here, folks. I haven't fixed it. Desire. What you desire is a reflection of what you feel is lacking in your soul. Rather than possessing the object, the person, thing, or event, look within to find the root of the desire. Is your desire a subconscious reaction? Do you have desires that are in conflict? Conflictive desires indicate a reaction and splitting of your energy. Your soul is unified in love, but divided in desire. Since desire is the soul's inherent and natural agent, dream, observe, and witness how you suffer through different desires you have. Go within and find the root desire, the deepest longing of your soul, and find the relationship of the many small desires to this one big desire. Your deep longing is your soul's destiny to live who you are. Did I read that too slowly? Sorry. Find your deepest desire. Visualize and feel desire within you as a longing for aspirations and for taking on the qualities of the person facing you. Desire says, find out what you really want. Take on the qualities that others have. Change fragmented desires into a single unified desire in order to fulfill who you are. The affirmation is, my greatest desire is to live an authentic life. That's a great affirmation. And then it was responsibility. Technically, that's the primary message, and responsibility is the secondary. Or take the energies as you will, whichever resonates with you the most. They're both relevant. in balanced amount, equal yin and yang. Very, I wasn't even noticing. Sometimes I am very airheaded. It's okay. It's okay. But I did not notice the yin and yang as I was saying that. But yeah, for real. There's no one that is more important than the other. They're equal in measure. So you can now respond to the reality of each living moment. The deepest desire of your soul to be who you are is being fulfilled. Now you can feel your oneness with other beings, responding simply and directly. God, I love that. I'll have a conversation about that in a minute. This ability to respond opens you to the fullness of life and releases the limited vantage of grasping and desire. To the miracle of love returned. Surrender to the love light as you meet other people and situations. Your response to life will reveal itself in the delight of finding your whole being energized when you awake in the morning. Allow yourself to be sensitive to every situation as it arises and respond with the wholeness of your soul. Then every moment will be energized. Respond to each moment of life. Visualize and feel responsibility as your capacity to respond to life's changing circumstances. Responsibility says, no longer are you driven by desires into tunnel vision. The field of your consciousness resonates to the most subtle events. The more you respond, the more your vision expands. The more you see, the more responsive you can be. The affirmation is, letting go of attachments. I respond to life situations as they arise. Now that, sir or madam, is quite eloquent. These are called Vibrational Medicine Cards by Rowena Patty Kreider, PhD. Okay, excuse my enunciation. Okay, so I didn't put my incense? What's wrong with me? What is wrong with... I bought a lot of different ones. We have white sage. Yes, the white sage. I love the white sage. And we also have dun 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 Palo Santo. Que rico. So delicious. Yes, delicious. And then I have a variety of different ones. So I don't remember which ones they all are. Is this amber? It might be amber. Amber could be significant. The name, maybe the name Amber. Oh, que rico. Enjoy. Oh my god, it's so delicious. I truly love the calming way incense creates the environment. Okay, so when I was reading that, it reminded me of what I mentioned in the reading that I did, that I cannot remember everything I said in that reading, but the one that I wasn't able to provide you, because it's like every time I have a reading that's straight from the heart, something like this occurs, and I wonder if it's my own blockage to put out something so quote unquote what's considered maybe vulnerable, or because it's coming from, it's coming from a very authentic space, right? And so that can become, you can feel threatened to expose that part. And so I feel like energetically that version of whatever that energy is creates a self-sabotage in terms to protect, perhaps, protection, to not expose certain aspects. And maybe that's just Spirit's way of saying, girl, keep that to the 1% of your, spiritual connections. You know what I mean? The keep that to that very sacred connection. And I'll respect that. But if I am able to remember and speak here and now, whatever comes out here and now is because it's okay to expose, I guess, It's not being blocked. I trust the process. So, when I was reading the medicine cards, the songs that came through in the last reading brought out a feeling of very deep longing of love. A very deep longing for love. So I did want to acknowledge that. But then there was also these other energies. One was a longing for love, a masculine energy, longing for love. There was another masculine energy that was going crazy. Something about you turning it on and then you're gone. So take that as you will. And then there was this other energy of a very malevolent being. It's very, and I will say, I think it's this trickster energy. Now, sadly, what we don't want to acknowledge is that this energy lives in all of us in some way, the trickster energy. But it's how much you allow that energy to work through you. It's how aware you are that energy, what it is, how much you resonate with it. Because like it was talking about being in conflict with yourself, it's like I have a very oppositional chart. So when my shadow shows up, and I can be very anti my own shadow and be like, no, that is wrong, you should not be that way. I can check myself, but then it manifests through others. And then others come with that, and I'm like, I'm not trying to check you, but you're coming to me with this. And it's like, no, I gotta check you now. Now you're making me check you. And then you make an enemy out of me. I don't make an enemy out of myself, but you want to make an enemy out of me. And it's like, once removed from myself, it's like, I can control me, but I'm not here to control you. So it's like, the effort to control you is a hindrance on me. Therefore, I wouldn't even try to. But you put me in a position to feel like I have to, only because, you know how they say, if it's you or me, I'm going to take care of me. I'm not going to allow you to bring me to your level if your level doesn't, serve me in a positive way. So, the fuck was I just saying? I don't fully disappear when I channel. You know what I mean? Like, I'm there. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, where was I? Okay. Oh yeah, the trickster guy. Trickster energies. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the inconsistencies. I'm not a fan of the smirky laughter behind the scene. I'm not a fan of the conspiracy bonds that mock or ridicule or make someone else feel horribly humiliated in any way. That is like a pet peeve for me. But I cannot stand as one against a team of demons and be like, this is wrong, it's not nice, it's cruel, don't do this to that poor animal, or to that poor child, or to that poor elder, or to that poor lady, or to that poor man, whatever it is. Anything that feels like an injustice to someone that is being victimized. Like, sometimes those wars are not ours to fight. You want to come and rescue someone, you want to come and save another, you want to come and defend another, you want to come and protect another, you want to come and do something for another and say, I got you. You want to come and show someone empathy because you can see how much they lack it from others around them. And you want to come and do something good for someone else, only for that same person you do good to. bites you, you know, lashes out at you. Their wounds are far too deep sometimes. They can't even see beyond their fear. And it's not worth the effort, it would seem, to assist people like that in those states. But it is. Maybe not get too personal, maybe not get too involved, maybe not be front and center about it, but maybe you can hold space energetically. Maybe you can send positive energy that way. Maybe some way you can influence the environment and not the people directly, if you know what I mean. So okay. This feels like somebody's in the classroom. Okie dokie. Music. Where did I hear something about music? Music? Don't mind me, folks. I'm just tapping into the energies. I'm trying to see what spirit is guiding me to, but I'm letting you know as the messages arise. Something I have been wanting to play with for a little while is my psychology cards. Who wants to know their cray-cray? If you are an Aries or dealing with an Aries, here is the cray-cray energy you could possibly be dealing with. Aries. Today's cray-cray energies for you is projection. But sir, your assumption of my guilt is mere projection. Aries. Taurus. If you are a Taurus or dealing with a Taurus, this is the cray-cray energy you could be experiencing. Taurus. False self. I'm marrying a man who only knows my false self. Taurus. Gemini. If you are a Gemini or dealing with a Gemini, this is the cray-cray you could be dealing with. Oh, was that a Pee Wee Herman laugh? Oh, Lordy Lord. Alright, Gemini. Trauma. Ah, the fine line between a close shave and a bloody trauma. Cancer. If you are a Cancer or dealing with a Cancer, this is the cray-cray you could be dealing with. Symbiosis. Ah, sweet symbiosis. I'm not going to clarify what these words mean. If it matters, you'll find out if you don't know what they mean. Okay. Leo. If you are a Leo or dealing with a Leo, this is the cray-cray you could be dealing with. Coping mechanism. Does anybody have a good coping mechanism for this situation? They're all falling in a frozen lake, it seems. Coping mechanism, Leo. Okay. Virgo. If you are a Virgo or dealing with the Virgo, this is the cray-cray energies you could be dealing with. Reinforcement. I get such reinforcement for my exhibitionism. Libra. If you are a Libra or dealing with a Libra, I was gonna say, or dealing with the cray Libra. Sorry, Libra. Hey, I'm a Libra rising. I'm not gonna be so nice to us just because I can be mean to us if I want to. I'm kidding. I'm never mean to Libras. I love me, my Libras. Alright, let's go serious. Back to the thing. If you are a Libra or dealing with a Libra, this is the cray energies you could be dealing with. That's my AI voice. Unconscious. My unconscious says yes, but my ladylike upbringing says no. Libra. Scorpio. If you are a Scorpio or dealing with a Scorpio, these are the extra cray energies you could be dealing with. Oh my. I said extra, sure enough. I pull out like one extra. Intimacy phobia. I'm going to keep it, folks. Phobia and intimacy. I wish you'd told me about your aquarium phobia before you took the gig. Don't push, dear. He's got problems with intimacy. Hi, Scorpio. That's funny. Okay, Sagittarius. If you are a Scorpio or dealing with this Scorpio, these are the great energies you could be dealing with. Externalization. I've had enough of your externalization for one day, young lady. Take the energies as you will. You really don't want me to read the whole description of the term, do you? I don't think so. I think whoever's interested will do it for themselves. Capricorn. If you are a Capricorn or dealing with a Capricorn, these are the great energies you could be dealing with. Gotta do it extra calm, just in case. Denial. She's in denial about that stupid striped hat. Oh, so rude. Stupid striped hat. Look at her face. That reminds me. Someone had given me a shirt once and they wanted me to wear it at a party. They had, and when I showed up to the party, they're like, oh, I got a gift for you, I want to give it to you. They gave it to me, the shirt, and I'm like, oh my god, can you wear it? And I'm like, this is before I had harsh boundaries. I was like, I really don't want to. No, wear it, it's really nice, you know, it's new, blah, blah, blah. You know, it was an unplanned party. Not that I was dressed like a freaking bum, but apparently not up to par for a gathering of such. So I indulged and I wore the shirt that I did not quite like. Kind of made me feel like this with that same face. She's in denial about that stupid striped hat. Like that was the inner voice. That was the voice that I kept like hearing, but it's like I wasn't in denial about it. I knew it. I wasn't cute in that shirt. I didn't want to wear that shirt though, but I was doing it because somebody wanted me to, and I didn't want to make them feel bad. Yeah, I learned. Never feel bad to make somebody else feel good. Never feel bad to make somebody else feel good. Period. Alright, anyways. Capricorn. That was that. Who's next? Aquarius. If you are an Aquarius or dealing with an Aquarius, these are the cray energies you could be dealing with. Alienation. I fear I cannot overcome this crippling sense of alienation. Sounded a little creepy. Alright, who's next? Last but not the least. Pisces. If you're a Pisces or dealing with the Pisces, these are the cray energies you could be dealing with urgently, right here, right now. Hurry up. Codependence. Codependence, bah! You and I should always ride the same horse. That shit would make me run. Bye. Oh Lord, what? Always? You mean that? Oh, no, I'm joking, folks. That's a joke. For my codependent sensitives. It's a joke, folks. It's a joke. We love codependency here. Depending on the person, depending on the circumstance, depending on a lot of things. Codependencies. Alright, what else? What else? Why am I pulling? I'm just like pulling random decks here. Oy. Okay. I guess they wanted to talk. Yes. Be a nice person. Be a good person. These are my Buddha cards. Oh my goodness. Buddha, serious? To minimize hatred is internal disarmament. Funny. The spiritual actions we undertake, which are motivated not by narrow self-interest, but out of our concern for others, actually benefit ourselves. Exactly. Exactly. It's not what we're doing, it's how we're doing it. Or, yeah. It's not what we're doing, it's how we're doing it. Because somebody could say, oh, you're not being very nice, Kissy. Oh, Kissy, don't minimize hatred. Because that's internal disarmament. But you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing the spiritual work. And it's not in my own self-interest. I do share this information when I'm called to. Because there's a lot of things that, you know. If someone would have told me, I would have grown different. So that reminded me of Will and Grace. Just go into song. Go into song. Maybe there's something to do with like I was going to say an opera, but not an opera. It's not an opera. It's like a play. Is it a play? No, it's not a play. It's a musical. A musical. Is it possible oh no, now I'm thinking of Mrs. Doubtfire. You know that episode of that scene in Mrs. Doubtfire when his brother is changing his faces, trying to find the perfect Mrs. Doubtfire look, and he starts singing. It's like almost a musical. So your life can start feeling like a musical, or maybe, you know, it's interesting. Someone could be aware or noticing a very musically inclined environment that surrounds you, that you exist in. Like, you could have a very musically inclined household. There's music, there's instruments, there's singing, there's whistling, there's humming. There's a very high vibration in the household. And someone could be noticing what I guess have been considered through their perspective as a nuisance, annoying. Imagine waking up, you know, feeling groggy and grumpy and tired and sleepy, or whatever it is that negative people wake up in. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, you know, whistle while you work, don't whistle while you work. Yeah, kind of annoying, right? I know, I hear it. But trust and believe, when you're happy, you're whistling. When you're happy, you're singing. When you're happy, you're la la la, you're gliding, you're cleaning in joy. You're like fucking Cinderella, cleaning in joy and just like singing with the birds and la la la. And somebody just can't stand that shit. Oh, poor damn. Lady of the Stars, priestess of Sirius, Lady of the Stars, Priestess of Sirius. Whistle while you work. Somebody whistling? Did I have another dream? Was there another dream? Something? I don't know. When I said that, it reminded me of a dream, but I don't know what the dream was. Alright, Lady of the Stars. There it is. Page 93. 93 could be significant, folks. 93. I'm so interested in knowing what Lady of the Stars has to say. Priestess of Sirius. Sirius is a celestial goddess, a star of unconditional love and wisdom at an extremely high vibration. It brings deep soul awakening, spiritual gifts, and a high capacity for divine service. Lady of the Stars is also an empowerment of all other oracles in this deck. She tells you to pay attention because something significant is taking place right now. Sirian energy takes the inner path and the spiritual healing journey into a whole new stratosphere. It is wise, ancient, and an extremely high vibrational energy. It takes a certain level of soul evolution to be able to consciously register Sirian light and transmit it on this planet. The heart in question must be able to consciously cultivate unconditional love for it to occur. However, we can still receive Sirian light and healing assistance even if we are still learning to more consistently come from unconditional love. We will feel it more and more strongly as we grow spiritually, but even in our learning phase, we can open our hearts to this divine celestial goddess and allow her, through her priestess Lady Isis, to bless us with genuine spiritual gifts. Goddess Sirius, through her priestess Lady Isis, is reaching to you now. She has offerings of great spiritual support and a message that there is something significant that you need to be aware of in your life right now too. Accepting celestial assistance and unconditional love of Sirius will help you now. To receive the assistance, you can choose to surrender into your heart and allow divine love to infuse and heal, direct and unfold all aspects of your life and growth. It is total trust and surrender with absolute faith that even unexpected twists and turns will be leading you to the best direction. Advanced souls are capable of feeling and receiving the high vibrational love from the Sirian star system more consciously and consistently. It can come to feel like a perpetual spiritual sun above the crown of your head, nourishing you with light at all times, causing your own soul light to grow brighter. As you surrender into your heart, your soul light will feel more and more palpable to you. The gifts of Sirius flow into the soul like a cup receiving divine nectar. The more aware and connected you are to your soul, the more conscious you will be in recognizing the blessed effects of Sirian light in your life. The priestess Lady Isis wishes to help your soul connect with Sirius and you to connect with your soul so that the full blessing of the celestial star goddess can nourish and transform your life, allowing its course to run true to your real and genuine divine passions. Even if you aren't sure what those passions are as yet, your soul knows, and Sirian energy helps your soul to be itself on this planet. Sirius brings blessings of heightened intuition, refined soul healing, ability, and closer connection to your soul and the Lady Isis too. If you have been questioning your evolution, starting to wonder if you are really just at the beginning of the path or not really in initiation at all, then this card is a divine acknowledgement of the power, light, and evolution of your soul vibration, that there is refinement and advancement there. This is not grandiose. In fact, one way to know whether the guidance is genuinely for you is that you will feel peaceful and humble within as you receive the guidance. You will feel gently validated and affirmed within, not puffed up with false pride or ego. You will feel inspired and uplifted to continue with your inner work, not in need of telling others how advanced you are spiritually. If you feel inflated or better than others in any way, this is not the guidance for you, at least at this time. Instead, the guidance for you is to realize that you are beautiful, you are worthy, and the part of you that is comparing yourself to others, hoping to find that you are better, is suffering from an emptiness within that doesn't know that you are beautiful and worthy. It is wiser to spend some time filling that inner emptiness with your own acknowledgement of your worth than trying to trump others. Better to go inside the emptiness until you find the seed of love and light within than to seek external appearances to make you heal. The latter just won't work. The oracle of the Lady of the Stars is also an empowerment. It enhances, amplifies, and strengthens any other oracle that you draw immediately before or after it. It is a call to pay special attention to the cards next to it, and you are guided that you will grow greatly through the lessons of learning specific any sorry. It is a call to pay special attention to the cards next to it, and you are guided that you will grow greatly through the lesson or learning specified in any oracle next to it. Make it a priority in your awareness at this time in order for deepest spiritual awakening to occur. You are also guided that when the Lady of the Stars appears around any other oracle, there will be a blessing of divine grace in forms including but not limited to assistance, miracles, healings, and help in mastering the lessons of any oracle you pull immediately before or after the Lady of the Stars appears. If the card appears on her own, know that it is a special blessing for you, soon to be revealed. Dare I pull and find out? Or leave it as the message for me? Because it did come out on its own. So I think we'll leave it like that. A moment of silent meditation, please. My eyes are suddenly feeling a little bit of pressure from all that reading. You know, sometimes it's nice to close your eyes and apply a little pressure with your fingers, and you can feel like your vision being like, you pull it kind of like back, like if your eyes have like a laser beam that goes outward, it's like you kind of push the lasers back into the eyes into the eyeballs and rest the eyes from projecting and looking out all the time. Like rest the eyes or the vision, rest your vision. Is that for me? Do I have to rest my vision? Does that mean stop doing this reading? Because I don't want to stop doing my reading right now. Sorry, folks. For those of you that don't like the moments of silence, my apologies. I would prefer to do my reading quickly and you know, just say what I gotta say, call it a day. But sometimes Spirit wants me to cultivate the energies by tapping in deeper. Do we want to tap in deeper? Perhaps. Oh, okay. Aries, you're on the stand. Oh, that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna see where we stand. Where do we stand, folks? Aries, this is gonna be a quick read for all. Aries, where do you stand? You stand firm in your status when it comes to your work. Period. Next. Taurus. Taurus, where do you stand? Okay. not communicating with a Cancer energy. There's a lot of deep feelings here that are not being exposed, that are not being talked about, Taurus. Because you don't seem to care about this. There's something about this person or these specific energies that this person is triggering in you. You don't care, but they're going to be exposed. It's like you can't conceal these feelings. Whatever these feelings are that you don't want to talk about, they're going to be exposed, Taurus. Okay. I'm just a messenger. Gemini. Gemini, what are you standing? Where do you stand? Okay. The dagger and the wrench. There's a part of you that wants to talk about, I don't know if it's your sex life, your children, your love life. It's like you want to bring it out to light, convey it, communicate your love, communicate something either to your children, to your partner. It's like you're concealing what you love, but there's a lot of energy to communicate it. Or I don't know if you're being asked to communicate it, or to think about what you love that's concealed, that's hidden. Think about what groups you're associated with that you may want to, that you're probably keeping private in some ways. Oh. Cancer. What are you standing on, Cancer? Revealing, exposing something about resources, or exposing some secret. That's Cancer's. Leo, what do you stand on? It's a lot here. Ending in a home that you were emotionally invested in, but it didn't work. But it's like you want to end a connection, possibly to a Cancer, possibly just a connection to a home, a specific attachment that you have to a home or someone that feels like home. Didn't work. It didn't work out, but it can't be closed because you are attached to resources with that energy. It's like you're bonded to that energy for some reason, Leo. Virgo, what do you stand on? That was different. I pulled on that one instead of letting it come through itself. So I'm doing it again. What does Virgo stand on? Is that Virgo trying to control the situation? No. Let me. You know, it's like I make my own opportunity kind of vibe. Okay. Oh my God, I couldn't make it up if I tried. Even You make your own opportunity, right? And you say, I don't have to learn myself. I don't have to study anymore. I don't have to see myself. I don't have to. That's what you stand on. It's like, nobody's going to tell me to check myself, because I've already checked myself. If I'm checking you, I've been checked myself. Oh my God, Virgo. Why do I feel like I'm missing a ton? Oh, yeah, because we only did half. Did you see that though with Virgo, what happened there? All the other ones, I let the cards fall out on their own. When it came to Virgo, I decided to pull, well, like I didn't decide, but you know, that's how like it happened. And when I, no. Bruh. You saw this. You saw that. Maybe. Alright, enough said. I'm not saying nothing else about it. I'm not saying nothing. Yeah, you saw it yourself. You saw it with your own eyes. How spirit is on point or very consistent with the truth. Virgo. Maybe that's why Virgo can stand on it. Like, when I say I know where I stand, I'm gonna make my destiny happen, and boom, destiny happens. And then if I have to prove it again, I'll do it again just to show you, look, I did it again. I know what I am. I know what I'm doing, damn it. Damn it, Virgo, I love you. Alright, Libra. Libra, what do you stand on? So many people are standing, oh, Libra, you're standing on holding on to a secret or keeping a secret, keeping something private. When everybody else was standing on exposing a secret, not everybody, but there was like one or two, I don't remember who. See how quick I forget these things? They come and go, come and go. We don't hold on to this. We release it to the universe and let the universe do its job. Alright, who is this again? Scorpio. What do you stand on, Scorpio? What are you standing on, Scorpio? We already talked about all the cray-cray energies, right? Yes, we did. Okay. Where do you stand on, Scorpio? Really? Professor Plum in reverse. You stand on your beliefs, Scorpio. Even if the world sees them as negative, even if the world sees them as wrong, you stand on what you believe in. Gotta respect that. Ow! Oh! Excuse me. That was abrupt, and you saw that card just like kind of fell out. Okay. It's ow. Abrupt. Conservatory. Sagittarius. You stand on conserving your energy. Staying balanced. That's it. Capricorn. But what was the owl about? Oh, are you recovering? Like, did something hurt you and that's why you're preserving your energy? Do you feel hurt or something? So you determined to conserve your energy. Something wounded you, hurt you? I don't know. That's just what I heard. Something was abrupt. Maybe you just hurt. Maybe you just, you know, bumped into something and it hurt. Capricorn. Of course, Capricorn. I stand on myself. I can depend on me and only me. I stand on that. You vow for yourself. You vouch for yourself. Your work speaks for itself, Capricorn. I love Capricorn. All right. Aquarius, what do you stand on, Aquarius? Aquarius, you're changing your status. You don't feel like your status represents your full authority. So you're standing on changing your status into something that makes you feel that you are in full authority of your life. Pisces, what do you stand on? The wrench. Who else was hiding? I feel like you stand on keeping your love life hidden, secret, private. You stand on keeping your, whether it's your children, your passions, what you love, keeping it concealed, keeping it maybe even just to yourself, keeping it within you. You stand on that. Okay? I think that's all, folks. I think that's all. I'll come back when I'm ready to go to El Jardín nightclub. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night. We'll have a party. Okay. Alright, folks. That's all. I'll come back soon. Take care.